This is John King. I'm speaking with Christopher Ketchum, a freelance journalist and contributor to Harper's Magazine, and I understand that you're involved in a lawsuit with Yellowstone National Park. I was hoping you could tell us what's going on.
Well, Yellowstone National Park is basically preventing the public and media from viewing its bison culling operations. And by bison culling, what we're really talking about is the slaughter of a historic herd of bison, the last genetically pure, free-roaming, migratory herd of bison on the planet. And so I'm suing the National Park Service in Yellowstone specifically to gain access to their bison slaughter operations so that I can report on it properly and share with the American public exactly what's being done to this historic herd of animals that really effectively belong to the public or are held in trust by the government for the public.
What sort of access are you asking for? Any access at all? Video? What sort of information are you trying to get?
I'd like to be on hand to directly observe the roundup, hazing, harassment, and trucking to slaughter of these animals.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, a lot of the bison slaughter that's going on is partially driven by the state of Montana. There was an agreement and a debate for a long time between the park and the state and representatives in the state about the number of bison the park should shoot for as far as a manageable herd, things like that. Will your lawsuit go outside of the bounds of Yellowstone National Park at all? No.
This is specifically just to look at the operations conducted by the Park Service. But you're absolutely right in noting that as the state of Montana that sued Yellowstone National Park on behalf of livestock interests in Montana to basically come up with a plan for controlling and reducing the population of bison as they strayed out of the park. The fear on the part of the livestock industry in Montana is that bison could infect local cattle populations with a disease called brucellosis, which causes female cows to abort their calves. But, there's never been a single documented instance of brucellosis transmission from wild bison to cattle. And in fact, if you talk to people at Yellowstone, off the record, they'll say that the brucellosis thing is just a smokescreen. It's basically a phonied up reason for the harassment, hazing, slaughter of these animals. And the real reason is that the livestock industry in Montana simply does not want these animals straying out of the park.
I did an interview with the Yellowstone Park officials actually within this month. I think it was early in January, about not only the culling procedure, but also opening it up for more hunting and things like that. Are you against other types of slaughter aside from this systematic method?
I think we should let the bison roam. And the herd is ecologically extinct. I mean, bison are ecologically extinct throughout their range, which was once most of North America. So how about we make every effort to preserve this incredibly important group of animals against all comers, whether it be hunters, the livestock industry, or the government itself conducting a slaughter.
All right. So as far as the way we got it right now, right, we've got Yellowstone National Park, a fairly large bison herd compared to everywhere else. Other places are outside of Yellowstone National Park are worried that this bison herd will either give their cattle brucellosis or tear down their fences. In your imagining of what would be the best case scenario, it sounds like it would involve more than just Yellowstone National Park.
Indeed, it would be allowing these animals to migrate at their will.
And to do that, what sort of hurdles do you see in the way of that goal?
Well, primarily the livestock industry. Look, if they're wandering on private land, that's one issue. If they're migrating on public land, well, it's public land. It belongs to the bison too, not just the stockmen and the cowboys.
All right. Well, hey, thank you so much for your time, sir.
Okay, thanks a lot, man.
Hey, you have a great day.
You too. Bye.
Bye-bye.